I'm Arnab and hope you're doing well. Actually, when I was going through my channel, I saw that my content is quite scattered and there is not a definitive roadmap to follow, right? So I thought of making a roadmap and organizing my videos properly so that it will be easier to follow, right? So I'll be uploading the videos again, and this time my voice and audio and video clarity will be like much better compared to the previous video quality, right? So yeah, let's get start. I'll like show you what we're going to learn in this course, right? I've decided to make it quite an advanced course because so far I've not seen like a good quality Qt QML course in C++ on YouTube, right? So we'll be learning Qt QML and we'll be using the version 6.5, right? And the backend will be in C++, not Python, but C++, right? I'll make one for Python later, right? After finishing this course. So yeah, so we'll be learning Qt, and Qt 6.5 is the long-term version. So we'll start with the basic QML components. We'll learn what is a rectangle, what's a text, what's a label, why it's better than text, what's an image, what's a button, what's a mouse area, right? If I show you all of this is a button, right? These are all the features you can use with the button. Here's a loading button, right? And this is a plain text. Here's an image. Right now it will like fetch from a source. This is GitHub image, right? Now you will learn all of this. Like we'll also learn what's a rectangle and all the other common stuff, right? After that we'll be learning about positioning, what is anchors. We'll also learn about x, y and z positioning, right? There's also something called layouts, but we'll learn that later. Right now we don't need to overcomplicate like all this stuff, right? After this, we'll also learn about columns and rows, right? We'll learn about columns and rows like after this part or just before this part. Yeah, let's do it before this, right? After that, we'll be building a basic project. Like it's a basic application. Like by clicking on increment, the number will increase, and on clicking on decrement, the number will decrease, right? It's a simple application, but we'll also like learn how to create an exe for it, and then like building a release version of it, like building an exe for it, right? So after that, we'll move on and we'll learn some more advanced concept like busy indicator. I think you have seen the busy indicator, right? This is the busy indicator, right? It will keep on spinning, right? And we'll also learn about checkbox, combo box, and switch. So, for example, uh, this is a checkbox, right? If you click, it will be highlighted with a tick or any icon, right? And this is a switch, like you can activate and deactivate it, right? And there's also something called combo box. It's just like a drop down select in HTML, right? So a drop down menu where you can choose some items, right? So we'll learn that, and we'll also learn about radio buttons, and we'll be building a basic form. Right now this is a good form that I could find. Like we'll be mainly focusing on dark themed applications, right? And we'll be building a form where they'll will like use all of the stuff we have learned so far, right? Busy indicator, checkbox, combo box, switch, radio button, and all this stuff, right? And we'll build a form. This will be our second project, right? Then we'll learn how to connect QML with C++, like building a full-fledged application. The backend and frontend will be connected, right? We'll learn about signals and slot and how to register classes using like context property and register types. Then we'll communicate between UI and the core side, the backend part, like between C++ and QML. We'll learn about that, right? Then we'll be building a basic weather application. Like you will enter the name of a place and you will get the weather for it. This is a decent application I could find a UI like this. So there will be an option to write a text for a location, and on entering that location name, we'll like so display the weather information. Right, we'll fetch this from the API from Open Weather API. Right, we'll fetch the information and display it. Right, if it's cloudy, we'll show a different image. If it's sunny, we'll show a different image. Right, and we can also change the background based on the weather temperature and stuff, right? So this will be our third project, right? After that, we'll also learn about advanced cable concepts like column layout, row layout, Like if you remember, we have already learned about columns and rows, but layouts are a bit like better than using the plain old column and rows. This provides like more better functionality for like alignments and responsiveness, right? If you want to build a responsive application, like if you increase the size of the application, minimize the size and all this stuff, right? So normally people prefer layouts compared to the basic plain old ones, right? Then we'll learn about list view. Obviously this is for using a to-do list and like displaying a list of items, right? We'll also learn about using queue abstract item model, queue abstract list model. Then we'll learn about layouts positioning, right? After this, we'll build a to-do application. This is a plain old to-do application I built initially. Like it will work almost similar to this, right? And you can also add new items here. So like, okay, the server was not connected, right? But you get it. Like, we'll add a new item and then it will be added to the list and so on. This also will be like focusing on building based on dark theme, right? So after our project 4 is over, we'll like learn more advanced QML concepts, right? Like a drawer, stack view, tab bar, and so on. Right now, what are these? Like, for example, if you look at drawer, this is a drawer, right? This part will open and close based on this hamburger menu, right? These triple like lines. So that's a drawer. Then also there is something called as like will build a settings page like thing, right? Now on clicking on something like on clicking on a page something changes, right? So let me check. Okay, so I'm not able to find like all the stack view proper over here, but we'll learn about that, right? How to like build a page over a page like a stack. Then we'll also complete our to-do application. This time we'll also have a settings option, right? Where we can change the theme as we want. Like here's the settings page. Like if you click on here, we can like format the background. We can change the background color and on so on, right? So yeah, we'll be learning about this. And after that we'll learn about basic animations, transitions, and how to like animate like properties, right? For example, there's a circle and we'll move it from left to right, or like on hovering on any item, like if you hover your mouse over it, something will change, right? And we'll learn about that, like how to work with basic animations and so on. After that we'll be like building a project based on a Pokemon game. It will be a simple like version of this. There's a Pokemon Showdown website where like you have a Pokemon and the enemy also has a Pokemon, and you can choose you can choose any of these four moves, and after you select a move, your opponent also randomly chooses a move, and then you deal damage and the opponent also deals some damage, and the one who has the remaining HP left wins, right? So we'll be building a basic version of this. Like initially we will have only one Pokemon in both the teams, and we choose four moves. And after we choose a move, the opponent also does something, right? And then the game goes on, right, until there's only one like Pokemon left. So we'll be building that like a basic version of that game, right? After that, I'll be showing you how to connect Qt with database so that every change you make like is saved, and when you close the application, like everything does not reset, right? So we'll be using SQLite 3, MySQL, and MongoDB. Although this is NoSQL database, right? And normally we don't use NoSQL with C++, but still, I think if you like, if someone wants to use MongoDB, like I'll also show how to use that with some external libraries. And finally, we'll be building an e-commerce application, right? So I hope you know what this is, like something like Amazon or Flipkart or eBay, right? Where we can like purchase items and add to cart and so on, right? A full-fledged application. So after we're done with this, I think like we are good enough to like build any cute application as we desire. Now there are also some external like additional concepts like charts and also some loaders and so on, right? But I think I'll like first finish this part, right? I'll first finish these all topics and then I'll like add something if someone desires. My motive behind like making this series is that there is not a good enough cute like QML series on YouTube which is updated till 2023. in 2024. Like even in 2023, like other than void layups, I have not seen like any good, like any other decent like YouTube channel with a complete playlist. And I think like there is also not many projects in Qt, right? Like no one is building a Qt project completely from scratch. So if you like have any suggestion for me, like please tell me in the comments. And if you think I can improve my accent or my the way I pronounce words, right, also tell me. Like I am learning English and improving myself, right? So yeah, then I'll see you in the next video, like where I will start from the first part, right, from these basic criminal components. I'd also like uploaded few videos earlier, but I'll like upload again. Like I'll rearrange this, and yeah, I will be teaching in much depth, right? We'll not only like just build a plain rectangle, but we'll also customize it to like decent level, right? And for all of these items, again, these will also be responsive, and I'll also like the projects which we'll be building. I think I'll try to make them decent enough, like visually, the UI part, right? So that like we can add it in our resume, right? And yeah, that's it. Anyway, like thank you for watching, and if you have any suggestion, like please tell me in the comments. And like good luck learning. Anyway, don't like quit learning Qt just because of my like accent. Like it's a good enough like thing to learn, and Qt Python is like quite popular now for machine learning. But yeah, the Qt C++ part is like much more better. It's faster, and yeah, it's best for building desktop software. So thank you, and see you soon.